Hey, it's Drew Bennett from Ben Spark Family Adventures, and I have another book for you. Sometimes we get books and we do book reviews. So what I have is Ripley's, believe it or not, 100 Best Bions. What are the Bions? Believe it or not stories. Okay, they're incredibly hard to believe, but undeniably true. And this is the book. It's a cool book, and I'm getting a little glare here with that, so I'm going to just hold it here. The book has 100 different believe it or not, and there are some really interesting things. So for example, one of those, and I'm not sure if I'm going to find it, which I forget what number it is, but there was a man who had a tamping rod in the railroad go blast right through his eye, out through his head, and he survived. But he was completely changed personality-wise after that happened. So the link between the brain and the brain damage and changing the personality, that was one amazing thing that people were able to study and discover after that occurred. So I'm just trying to find it. I'm not sure if I am. So that's all right. Here's something interesting. Although it's green and I have a green screen behind me, so that's not going to be good. Let's see. Okay, this is interesting. Number 86, vampire killing kits. There are more than 30 genuine vampire killing kits in Ripley's archive. In the 19th century, there was a rise in popularity of Eastern European folk stories, particularly the tale of Vlad the Impaler, the inspiration for Bram Stoker's 1987 movie Dracula. Travelers in that region were sold vampire killing kits containing all that was necessary to vanquish the undead. And it's not going to show up too good because of the green, but that's really interesting. So that was something that was actually like real, that people had created. Wow. All right, that's interesting. Let's see. I keep going to some of the... Oh, here's one. Number 47. Fatal Coincidence. Okay? In June 30th, 1974, 17-year-old Neville Evan was riding his moped in Sandys, Bermuda, where he was hit by a taxi and killed. Almost exactly 1 year later, July 18th, 1975, his younger brother, Erskine, then 17 himself, was killed riding the same moped on a different stretch of the same road by the same taxi, driven by the same man, and carrying the same passenger. That's nuts. And this shows some of the classic cartoons for Ripley's, and also, just all these different, believe it or not, stories. There's some really crazy stuff in here. And so, that's what this is. I have a link to it in the show notes. I received this for free so I could review it. Check it out. It's full color. It's actually a nice weight to the whole thing, which is cool. I like that. I like that a lot. And there are just some really interesting and crazy things in here that you can believe it or not. I tend to believe some of these crazy things that are out there. So I have a link to it in the show notes below. You can pick that up through Amazon. It's about $14. It's a fun thing, maybe a good thing for Father's Day. You know, maybe your father tells tall tales. Well, believe it or not, this would be a cool thing for them. Anyway, I'd like to thank the Ripley's folks for sending me this book, 100 Best Bions, Believe It or Not Stories. This is Drew Bennett from Ben Spark Family Adventures. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter as Ben Spark, Facebook.com/Ben Spark Family Adventures, and you can find me making videos all the time. Thanks for watching.